Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Colts going up against the Panthers. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the two men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Okay, Larry, Charles and I, we have brought our talents to South Beach, or at least in the neighborhood of South Beach, as we are in beautiful Miami, Florida. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll run it here. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. All week in practice, they stressed grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. So that means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. And the defense did exactly that.
They'll try the air now with Locke. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the starting crew defensively for Carolina.
Luke Kuechly is absolutely amazing. Maybe the best middle linebacker in the game. Not only is he cerebral, this guy's athleticism is off the charts.
It's 3rd down, 6 yards to go for the offense. Throwing on 3rd down, Locke. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Colts will turn it over to Pat McAfee to punt this one away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. On second down, here's Newton. Flushed out right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long. It's Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Carolina. Their dangerous wide receiver, 91 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And the slot man goes in motion left. A first down carry here for Charles. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
second down following the run. On second down, here's Luck. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Now they try the right side here. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Here's Luck now on second down. And this is going to be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football. But a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Luck now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And the play clock's running down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Whenever I go to a team's practice facility and watch them work, I love to watch the defensive guys in what they call pursuit drills. The ball goes either towards them or away from them. How fast will they respond? On this play, the defensive end responded better than anyone and made a really nice play.
They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Newton now on second down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And they're going to go soft on the corners. To throw on second down is Newton. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
7 yards remain now on third down. Throwing on third down, Newton. It fights him off. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain. Timing is crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Luck. And he comes back with one complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key first down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. And to give this time to the tailback. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on third after the run. They'll come out in the pistol. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Now it's Luck. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. There's the former Heisman winner. It's Derrick Henry. He'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. On second down, here's Newton. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Newton now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on third down. Third and 2, Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the
You thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. Demon things spitting in my cup all night long. Wheel your tongue at my throne of power. Oh, no. I never for a second thought that I was dead. Oh, no. I never for a second let you in. We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. If I'm not mistaken, home team made it. 2 threes on my feet, then I pump bacon. Baby girl, grab the crew. What if kiss it? Sweat leave, Mr. Couldn't took it quicker. Hottest on the planet, got the place lit up. Fly, got expensive taste, sight into. We ain't on the same team. Cheer up. Bout your that make sit up. I ain't come to blend in, boy, I stand out. Money talks, you just popping off at the mouth. If I'm the topic, then the conversation heated. Right shrimp, getting booked up in every city. Splash out with cash, had the spaz on the waiter. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes. We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire. We set the roof.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. 2 teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Colts going up against the Panthers. So the time has come. Let's send you out to the stadium and join the 2 men that will have the Super Bowl call. Here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we come to you from a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls with an 11th on the way in 2020. Yes, we are in beautiful Miami, Florida. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Carolina Panthers. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first down, it's Locke. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
Second and 5. Here's Luck now on second down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And his kick is indeed good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So not exactly jubilation over on that visiting sideline, but at least a high 5 or 2 for their kicker as he gets them the first points of the night here on the opening drive.
And 3 points are not to be underestimated. You're on the road, under the lights, national TV audience. You want to come out and look good, and that's a good start right there.
They come out here in the eye. On first down, Newton. Throwing left side, it's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He gets it away. It's a high hanger. Fielded just inside the 20. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup, and that leads to a Carolina first down. They come out here in the eye. The tight end, Olsen, in motion. They keep it with Henry on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And credit the tackle to Cliff Averill. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
To throw on second down is Newton. And he will find his man on the outside. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there from 17 yards out. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And the Colts getting ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They go play action here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. Touchdown, Carolina! Derrick Henry, 39 yards. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll give it here to his running back. No gain on the play there. Second down. And the starting defense here for the Panthers.
K'Wan Short came out of Purdue as one of the top-rated defensive tackle prospects. Now he's one of the top-rated NFL players.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On second down, here's Locke. And left side here, it's Graham. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Surveying the field, forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 11 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. They come out here in the I. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. And now a look at the defense for the Colts.
Vontae Davis is one of the strongest cornerbacks in the league. Equally adept at playing the run and the pass.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Buying time to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Cliff Averill in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So the sack means it's 3rd and goal now from the 10. Now Newton on 3rd and goal. Finding time. Under pressure, they got him again. Kevin Pierre-Louis in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete. That's one of those ones that is so hard to judge, but defensive holding there, that's what the referee saw. On 1st and 10, Luck. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their big-bodied receiver, 70 yards. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead. And this is up and good. That'll make it a score now of 24-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Panthers coming out now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Back to the air. Luck on second down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. In the slot on the right is Graham. Throwing on third down. Luck. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
And that's incomplete. They'll come out in the pistol. Third and long. It's Luck. And that is incomplete. Here's Pat McAfee now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one. Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
They'll come out in the pistol. And they give this time to the tailback. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you talk about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he finds a man, it's Olsen. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Really strong, effective run there out of a power set or a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game, and that's tough for a defensive coordinator. They want to spot that lineup coming into the game early so they can get the proper defensive personnel on the field. That's why the coordinator is relying on some of the assistants to tell him what offensive personnel is hitting the field so he can adjust accordingly. They weren't able to stop him on that run.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. To throw on second down is Newton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On second down, here's Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here.
And I will sub back and hit notification button.
Does that guy get on the field on this drive?
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And that's caught inside the 30. A huge play that time for the Colts. 48 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On first down, Newton. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets them 9. And quickly, they get to the line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And the tight end, Olsen, right side. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Newton on first down. And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Newton on first down. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's caught outright by Graham. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now it's Love. He completes it to Jordan Nelson. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a play fake here on first down. And some space here. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a second down. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end.
You seriously just skip the halftime of the Super Bowl? Who does that? It's a Super Bowl. Watch the halftime show. There, here we go.
Third quarter action now. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Now a first down throw for Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits, and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Back to throw, Newton. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st and 10, Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
They come out here in the eye. And on the ground they go with the running back. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up. Not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Indy. 54 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know, some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
A decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they do inch a bit closer.
Yeah, still lots of time to go in this one. Take the points, move on, and let your defense try to get the ball back.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer this time.
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A gain of 6 there on first.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think they were looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed, I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. There's Newton now on second down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Newton on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kevin Pierre-Louis in there to sack him for a loss of 6. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, here's Newton. And to the tight end, Olsen, right side. A good pickup there, a 22.
Smiles, everyone, smiles, because when Cam Newton and Greg Olsen hook up like they've been doing throughout this game, that's one big reason why they're winning.
What makes Greg Olsen so tough to cover?
I think he really is a wide receiver in the tight end's body. He runs his routes with such great precision and some physical toughness, and he really fights and competes for the ball.
And then, of course, it helps to have Cam Newton throwing it to you. Back now here on EA Sports. Second down following the run. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. To throw on second down is Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Throwing on third down, Newton. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive down with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
To throw is Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, such a close game, a very big one. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's Pat McAfee now, as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Still in search of the first down after that last completion.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Newton gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On first down, it's Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
From the gun, here's Newton. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. They come out here in the I. The short yardage man, it's Coleman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
3rd inches, they just handed to the big battering ram there. That's football 101, isn't it? That's bread and butter. Turn around and hand it to the big fella and let him get forward for a first down.
They come up in an offset I. Now they'll run it on the toss. And 3 yards there takes them to the 45. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Getting late here in the 4th, and if this team has any chance to win this football game, their defense obviously needs a stop here. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll need to get the play off quickly. Here's Newton now on second down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Drew Butler now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He's back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. 8 yards to go here on 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the...
Now a hit and lock. Lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Back to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. In the slot on the right is Graham. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did. And they
a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now.